How is it going, everybody? We've got a great panel today. We've got the Loud Lib. We've got Domenick, XYFCenter. We've got FranT, who does amazing lip syncs of all the TikTokers in the house. And we've got Lord Timothais. And we got Mermaid Mama Maggie. Just really fun people. And I'm super excited to introduce you guys right now. Here they are. How are you guys doing today?
Good. How are you doing?
My name is Bert, and I come from California, but I make YouTube videos about travel and food and just trying to encourage people to get outside of their comfort zone and explore the world. So that's what I do for my YouTube channel. I normally don't do politics, but this month is all about politics because we got to get that guy Cheeto out. So anyways, next up here, we've got Domenick, XYFCenter. Tell us about yourself, Domenick.
How you doing? My name is Domenick. They call me X. It's the X family. We basically come on and we show love to people. We do lives at night to make sure that people have a place to come to. We spread facts and get the truth out. It's a blue room, so if you come in there, you're not gonna have to worry about a bunch of haters come in there starting trouble with you. I take music requests, and like I said, we look out for people if they need prayers. We give prayers to people, and we deal with anything from racial injustice to, politics, whatever you guys want to talk about. And my videos are basically trying to get Trump out of office right now. That's all I'm trying to do. Save our country.
Nice. And then we got Mermaid Mama Maggie, which is an amazing name, by the way. I love that.
Well, I am a mom. I have two beautiful children. But what brought me to TikTok was the pandemic and looking for an outlet to be creative. I was a theater major in my undergraduate and then became a speech language pathologist in my master's degree. But TikTok has given me an outlet to get out all of my rage for politics and also to be very silly at the same time. So if you come to my page, you're going to find lots of silly things and lots of information on how to get Donald Trump out of office because I'm on that train. On that train. Not the other train.
That's awesome. Not the Trump train.
Definitely not the Trump train.
Next up, Satan's butthole. I love that one. Hey, here's Timothais.
Hey, what's up, everybody? You weren't calling me a butthole, were you?
No, that's the video from the girl that drives by those Trumpers.
Oh, good. I thought you were going to associate that
I'm
with me.
kidding. I'm kidding.
Oh, no.
I'm kidding.
No, sorry. Not very good timely.
That's all right.
Tell us about yourself.
Hey, guys. I'm Lord Timothais. I am the social justice wing of this panel here. I eradicate racism on all platforms that I have with a little humor, little style, and of course, I'm a Politico as well. So if you're running into racists or racism on your social media, you send them to me. I'll give you the information at the end of the live stream.
Great. And then we got FranT. How are you doing, FranT?
Hey, guys. I'm doing well. Thanks for having me on again. Like Maggie said, I came to TikTok during the quarantine, and I was also looking for some kind of outlet to deal with all this craziness that has been going on this year, especially. I, like everybody else on this stream, I guess, it has been like a really tough year with everything that's been going on, and so I found TikTok as like a little outlet. If you want to laugh along with me, then join. I'm not as creative as everybody else. I only lip sync, but I've been told sometimes that it's funny. So by all means, join me. And Lord, I wanted to tell you, you're one of the first people that I followed on TikTok. I've been following you for months, and I laugh my ass off with you. So thank you for making me laugh every day. You're awesome.
Okay, well, I'm glad I can kill three birds with one stone. Be socially conscious, make you laugh while putting people in their place. That's my job.
Sure.
And then last but not least, actually not the last person on here today, but the Loud Lib.
Call me least.
Loud Lib.
Call me least. It's fine. I don't care. I've been called a lot worse lately. Trust me. Hello. I don't know. I guess if same thing as last week, and same thing as like everyone else said. I can't stand Donald Trump. I want to get the message out that he's a fraud, that he's phony, that he's a fake, that his supporters are cowards, just like he is. And if you hate Donald Trump as much as I do, follow me at the Loud Lib. Sorry, I put cologne on for this, and as I was putting it on, I said, "Why are you putting on cologne? No one's going to smell you." But I put it on for you. I hope you all know that.
I forgot to put mine on. It's not. I'm glad you guys cannot smell me. So that's the benefit of doing live streams as opposed to actually meeting in person.
And Lord, you have such great style. I just want to reiterate what other people have said. You have such great style. I love it.
Wow, thanks. I shower too, and I showered just for the
I didn't say I showered. I showered. I just put on cologne.
Thank you, sir. Appreciate it.
And also, we are streaming on Ed Shead's Twitter and also his YouTube channel. He cannot join us today because of a quick, just a last second emergency type thing. So he's not joining us today, but he will be in on Tuesday for sure. Ed Shead will be here on Tuesday, and NIKKINOO News and Walter Masterson will be in on Tuesday. So it's just going to be a lot of fun on Tuesday also. And so, okay. We have got a lot of stuff to talk about right now. I mean, it's just overwhelmingly craziness stuff going on at the White House. Trump thinks that he isn't infectious anymore, and he thinks that he can just go around.
He's a perfect specimen of health, guys. Don't forget.
I don't think he ever had it. I'm questioning if he ever had it.
He fired Dr. Fauci, which was probably not the best. I mean, he kind of fired him.
Oh,
no, not really fired, but they decided to put him away in some place. I don't know. He hasn't been showing his face in a long time. I haven't seen Dr. Fauci. I miss him.
He's been gone.
Heaven forbid someone tell the truth around there. So sideline him and Dr. Birx, who made herself look crazier and crazier as these coronavirus task force briefings went on. When he looked over at her and said, I want you to look into doing the bleach. You see her face shrink into the chair like this?
Her face was mortified at that moment. She was defeated. And Trump had a serious face. He was not joking. Trump was dead serious. And she was just like, did he just say that? It was crazy. It was a crazy, magical moment.
I was only kidding.
Oh, anytime I was only kidding.
I'm only kidding. It was just a joke.
He said that a couple days later. He was just kidding.
I wish he had said that about running for president.
Well, but the thing is, the bottom line is that this is where we automatically go with this president, is that everything out of his mouth is either a lie or a lie. I mean, there's no believing him, especially on the left. So, I mean, what are we to do at this point? That's where we automatically go. People are like, he didn't have COVID because he lies. I mean, how
he conquered it as far as they're concerned.
Well, if he's on the steroids that they said he's on, God knows what he's feeling. I mean, he said that they were going to do the stimulus package. Now they're not doing the stimulus package. Then now they're going to do the stimulus package. And I'm waiting for everybody to get checks of $20,000 because the way he's amped up right now, everybody's going to get paid off. So he's just crazy.
But Trump's behavior has been especially off after he came back from his hospital stay. He is absolutely out of control, it seems. He tweets nonstop. One thing crazier than the other. I think did he not have this interview on TV where he said all this crazy stuff? I mean,
every day.
Something.
I think I've got the interview. Actually, I'm going to be playing it in a couple of seconds. Are you talking about the interview where he talked about if Biden is president, we're going to be a ninth world country? There's no such thing as a ninth world country. There's only a third world country, and we're almost there.
But he's been manic. Honestly, he's been manic ever since the debates. Even before when he was at the debates, his aura there was like complete mania. I mean, interrupting constantly. I mean, something's going on with him in general. I mean,
I agree. Yeah.
Regardless of him having COVID or not, he's just on a manic level.
I saved a tweet I need to read because this will explain some of the crazy. It says, crazy Nancy Pelosi is looking at the 25th Amendment in order to replace Joe Biden
I saw
with
that.
Kamala Harris.
Yeah, I saw that.
He doesn't even know what the 25th Amendment is. He thinks it's replacing Kamala Harris with Joe. This dude is a buffoon. You can't.
He's lost. He's totally lost.
I got nothing. But
Yeah.
you know what, Bert, you should play that video soon because I found out who Regeneron is, and it's gonna blow y'all guys' mind.
Oh yeah, I forgot to download that video too about Regeneron.
Oh my gosh.
What it is, how they make it. They make it in Holland. We'll talk about that. I'll play this video first. Okay.
Okay.
I'll play this one first. Here you guys go. Grab your drink and come back and watch the video.
Mr. President, there has been articles out, and I would assume that Joe Biden and Kamala Harris not giving their position on court packing would be a national ad. I assume them both on record saying they would ban fracking would be an ad that would run in a lot of cycles in Ohio and Pennsylvania. Their website that endorses the Green New Deal, and Joe Biden saying he would spend trillions of dollars on it and pledging that. What would the new Green Deal look like, in your view, if implemented as promised by both Joe Biden and as a co-sponsor with Kamala Harris in the U.S. Senate?
Well, it's a deal that was conceived of by not smart people, AOC plus 3 and others. I don't even think they had any experience in the environment. But this was a deal conceived of, and the real price is $100 trillion. That's more money that this country could make in 100 years if things went well, okay? I mean, they literally want to take buildings down and rebuild them with tiny little windows, okay? Little windows so you can't see out, so you can't see the light. And the whole thing is so crazy. It's such a crazy thing. And take a look. And Biden agreed to this with Crazy Bernie because, you know, they have the manifesto. They've agreed to most of these things. And it's going to cost more money. Our country will be a ninth world country, not a third world country, a ninth world country. We won't have energies. Look at what's happening with the rolling blackouts in California. Look at where California is going to have to ration water. You know why? Because they send millions of gallons of water out to sea, out to the Pacific, because they want to take care of certain little tiny fish that aren't doing very well without water, to be honest with you. But it's a very sad thing that's happening. It's no common sense. Even the fires in California. I talk about I was with Governor Newsom. I get along with him very well. We disagree on a lot of things, but I get along with him. Number one, you should let water come down from the north and accept it instead of throwing it out to the Pacific. But you also have to have forest management. We send them so much money. I don't have to. But I want to help California. But they have the biggest forest fires because they don't manage their land. They don't have separators. They have trees that have been laying on the ground that are stone cold, dead, dry, like a matchstick. And you throw a cigarette butt on between the leaves and the trees, everything catches on fire, and you lose 200,000 acres in a short period of time. They got to manage their forests. And if they manage their forests, you're going to not see the forest fires.
That was classic. I mean, that was just from, I think, yesterday.
Okay.
How does he do
Someone
it?
explain what this thing is with the water. Like what?
Forest or federal
Can I give you
land?
my
I'll have to let him know.
opinion
I'll have to let him know.
I want to interject that.
Can I give you my clinical
State
opinion
parks are
as a
his
speech
responsibility.
pathologist real quick? As a speech and language pathologist, he suffers from something called logorrhea. It is excessive talkedness where you have no coherent thoughts or ideas being present at all. That is what is happening. There is some sort of brain damage happening with him. And that's not to be hyperbolic here. That's like actual facts. I mean, anyone that actually like assesses his language can actually tell you that there's probably been some kind of like TBI or stroke that has happened within the last year. And just him talking now about water, he made no sense. Everything was just continuation. It's
Right.
I was cracking up when he started talking about the little fishies. California needs to have all the water go out because of little fishies. They're little fish.
Does he know certain fish need fresh water and other fish need salt water? Is he aware of all of that yet? Probably not.
I don't understand. I don't understand why Fox News, they're really doing themselves harm when they let this man ramble on like a drunk uncle. It just doesn't make any sense to me at all. Back to word logorrhea was a script spelling bee word, so everyone should know what that is. Everyone should know what that is, because I'm glad you used it, because this dude has had logorrhea for at least 20 years.
For sure.
Actually, my mother calls it diarrhea of the mouth. So basically, right. You did the more scientific version of the form of the word, but most black folks call it diarrhea. I'm just saying.
It's a real thing, and this man,
is
how he speaks to the American public, and they eat it up. It's insane.
I'm not trying to insult any viewers or anyone listening. But let's just face it, there are 42% of Americans who buy into this crap.
Yeah, that's the scary part.
Literally, I can't curse, so how do I clean this up? They will literally eat, I'm going to say it.
We get it.
Literally eat doo-doo sandwiches if Trump told them to. And that's the truth.
They would give him their last penny.
I'm not going to lie to you. And these people are going to have to learn how they're going to conform back into society when this dude goes back under the bridge when he loses, because he's going to lose. And these are family members, and these are friends. These are people we don't speak to anymore, or we thought we knew. They're going to have to assimilate back into this country, And how they're going to do it is beyond me. I know for a fact there are people I'm never going to talk to again, for a fact.
Absolutely.
I was told I should bring on some Trumpers onto this show. But I don't know which Trumper I can bring on that can actually put a good defense on that everyone can respect properly. I don't know anybody that can actually make a good point. If you're watching this and you're a Trumper, please email me. And if you think you can hang with Lord ripping you a new one, or someone else here, like I guess Walter, someone else.
I will be respectful until you start talking crap. Then that's that. I can't make any promises.
No, I know, and I can also try to mute people. I can try to mute people and stuff, but I can be like the mediator. But which way I lay is I definitely go towards sanity, not the insane Trumpers that think that Trump is just God. He's a god, honestly.
Don't waste your breath trying to talk to Trumpers from now until November 3rd. You are wasting your time. You are wasting your time.
I think so too, because people are very set. Like the people already know if they're going to vote blue or red. And they're very divided. So I think it's really hard to find someone who is open for a true dialogue and open for doing research or reading actually some articles or look a little bit out of their comfort zone. I think it's too late for that. I
totally agree. I also think that there are certain issues that have become so huge and so polar of each other that if you either one way or the other, there's no way we're getting along.
Try telling a Scientologist that their religion is a cult. It's the same exact thing. You're not going to tell a Scientologist that they're a part of a cult and get out of it and they're going to listen to you. It's the same with the Trumper. Don't bother. We have a few weeks left to get as many people to be riding with Biden as we can. Don't waste your breath on Trumpers at this point. It ain't worth it.
And I feel also like that often the Trump supporters, they have like this one thing that is so important for them, and they'll hold on to that. Like they'll say, oh yeah, but he is pro-life, and so then everything else I don't care because he's pro-life, and that's what matters to me.
Bring up those stem cells. Bring up those stem cells right
now. And that's what brings us to the stem cell Holland Dutch researchers that they did the research on this new drug, and this was in Holland. It wasn't here in America because it's illegal here in America to do research on fetuses.
Before you do that, though, we need to find out who these people are, and I've done so. Leonard Shriver and George Yanokopoulos. They're billionaire doctors who formed the Regeneron company. Now they've signed, you ready for this? They've signed the biggest pharmaceutical deal with the U.S. government worth $5 billion to produce this antibody that's going to be the vaccine and the cure, wink, wink, for COVID-19. Now, they've administered this to Donald Trump, and as you can see, his whole left body shut down, as you can see. Now, but hold on. Here's the corrupt part of it. They've single-handedly bought back 27.5% of their stock. And that's what companies do. They take the break and then they buy their stock back so they can be in total control. So they don't have to listen to what people say. That's probably why they're using these unorthodox methods with this whole antibody from abortions and such. Because, there are guidelines and things you can't do. But when no one is around to tell you what you can do, all bets are off. And of course, Donald Trump has managed to create a percentage of stock in this antibody when it becomes mainstream, or if it becomes mainstream.
Mm-hmm.
Now,
a layperson, it would cost like $10,000 even for one dose of that.
The attorneys general who were supposed to watch over deals this large, Donald Trump has fired. So naturally, the only entity that's brought light to, the only reason why I know it is because of the New York Times. Other than that, we wouldn't know of the deal's existence because all of the attorneys general Donald Trump has fired, or Bill Barr has made them all go away. That's why we need to get this guy out, because we don't know how much money he's stolen, how much he's lined his pockets. That's why he's been hiding the taxes, because he's trying to fix the tax problem. So that's a little backstory on this whole thing here, is to give you the motivation, because anybody in Trump's world or in his orbit, it's there for monetary reasons only. They don't care about the people.
Absolutely.
Someone should open an investigation into his campaign funds. Where's all that money going? Because apparently he's not spending it on advertising. And we know what Steve Bannon did with the wall money. So someone should open an investigation into the donations that Donald Trump has been getting, and where is he spending that money?
He's putting it in Switzerland or some other bank in another country. I think Fran is from Switzerland, so Fran probably knows. Fran, tell us about Switzerland banks. You're Swiss, right?
No, I don't know. Yes, I am Swiss. I mean, in Switzerland, the banks, they have the secret. So there, of course, there's a lot of people who store their money and have a lot of funds there. But you can't really do illegal things or store illegal funds in Switzerland either. So that's not the case. It's not like comparable to other places where
an offshore island.
Yeah, an offshore place.
That's all.
It's not the same. Yeah, there's a lot of regulations.
Yeah, but
of course, an offshore island.
I think he owes money to Russia, so he's probably sending it all to Russia. I think so. I mean,
all he has to do is have a couple of
thief. He's a thief. He's keeping it. He doesn't. He's not paying off his debts to Russia. He's pocketing that money. Believe me.
Today, I was told by a Trump supporter on my TikTok that that Putin is a very sexy man, very nice. So, there's that.
I would throw up, but there's nothing in my stomach to throw up. So there you go.
Domenick, do you see anything in the comment section we can talk about right now? Domenick, I want to talk more about the comment section and kind of interact with the comment section. Is there anything that caught your attention in the comment section?
Give me 1 second.
A quick shout out to Whitey Ford and Eddie Van Halen, who died this week, and unfortunately, the news is completely dominated by that orange buffoon. Yeah. And there are so many important things that have been going on that we just don't hear about anymore. So I just want to shout out to Eddie Van Halen and Whitey Ford. Rest in peace. And Johnny Nash. And I can't wait to sing on November 4th. I'm going to sing Johnny Nash's song, and I hope all of us get to sing his song on November 4th. Don't worry, be happy. Oh, wait. Crap. Wrong song. Never mind.
I don't know if anybody hears anything, but Adrian Harness saying CNN of 11 minutes ago regarding the cancellation of the debate. So I don't know if something came up after we came on. If did anybody hear anything about that?
Yeah,
that he's gonna do the debate, or because I missed it, if anything.
Yeah, he's out. He's done with the debate. He's actually, you guys ready for this? He's holding another super spreader event tomorrow at the White House.
Yeah.
The doctors have cleared him. So he's the first patient of COVID who did it in a week. Yeah.
Who is gonna hold him accountable for that? Someone tell me that. Like, I'm
nobody.
asking,
we need to hold him accountable on November 3rd. We need to hold him accountable on November 3rd. We the people. Everyone around him is in his pocket. We need to hold him accountable. Sorry.
I can't even imagine how his supporters aren't exhausted of him in general, like at all. Like, what? Do you remember the days where it was just like politicians were there and it was like seen but not heard, and it was like cool. Like, there's just been a lot of Donald Trump, and like too much. So much.
I don't understand
him anymore.
Okay, guys. So listen.
I mean,
since they won't, I'm sorry to cut you off. Since they won't tell us a proper timeline of when he got, okay. Oh, let's just do. I'm going to do it quickly. Let's just do it myself. Saturday they hold an outside event to announce the Supreme Court pick. Super spreader event. Everyone's hugging and kissing. There's an inside reception at the end. Now what? 11 people ended up being positive.
More. I think it's more. It's already more.
Fast forward to Sunday. They had a Gold Star dinner inside the White House on Sunday. Now, of course, Trump has now blamed his positive COVID on somebody in one of those Gold Star families. So there he goes in the military again.
Yep.
Fast forward again to Monday, the day before the first presidential debate. Did you notice how Donald Trump had his own podium and Mike Pence was 12 feet from his own podium?
Yes.
Isn't it ironic again how they won't tell us when he tested positive because they knew Sunday he tested positive because that next Monday Pence was on his own podium. Those two basically gave each other piggyback rides all around the White House saying, oh, there's nothing to see here. Now all of a sudden they're 12 feet apart. Donald Trump allegedly, I have to say that for legal reasons. Donald Trump, I kid you not, guys, it's going to leak that he was positive on that presidential debate stage, and it's going to leak because someone's going to leak it. I'm telling you right now, it's going to come out. It's going to come out. Watch.
Well, they said he didn't take the test when he got there.
And then they got there late.
He came late to the debate.
He conveniently showed up late because he already knew he was positive.
Yeah.
I believe you. That's
Biden showed up earlier that morning when he was supposed to. Donald Trump deliberately showed up late. And why? Where's Ivanka? Where's Jared? They got Rona. They holed up at home, and they're. Come on, guys. We're not stupid.
And then there was.
We're not stupid. Your silence is golden. We're not stupid.
And the crazy part is the family showed up with the mask on, and then they took their mask off.
Of course, Chris Christie is in the ICU. That sources have confirmed that. Giuliani was hacking up a lung on Fox News. He's probably got it. And Bill Barr hasn't been seen. He damn near kissed Kellyanne Conway dead on the mouth. We are not stupid. We can see what's going on here. They're too quiet. How is it all the 2 weeks prior to the debate? Oh, I test negative. But now they won't tell us when the last negative test was.
And what about Pence's eye?
I'm sick of the bull.
That's right. Pink eye is 10% of people that have COVID. One of the signs is a viral pink eye.
I mean, it's not that far off that he
allegedly.
Right?
No, he got it.
Please,
they can sue me.
Trust me.
He got it.
The more followers you get, you have to say allegedly. Trust me. Start getting in the habit of saying it. Trust me.
I do sometimes.
I'm telling you.
Oh boy.
So what about this stimulus that Trump originally said that he would not actually bring up? Like, he wouldn't give us the stimulus until we elected him in president, I guess. But now he's saying that he wants to give us the stimulus now. What's the new deal with the stimulus and Trump? I mean,
my response to people that say things like, well, Joe Biden isn't answering any questions about stacking the court. And I said, just like Trump with the stimulus check, after the election, if you vote for Joe, he'll give you an answer. It's the same premises. Joe doesn't have to give them an answer for crap. Excuse me, I'm sorry. But yeah, no, I mean, Trump trying to hold that check hostage for the American people, and they're still going to vote for him.
Oh, you guys, we got Abe in the house. Abe is in the house. Here's Abe.
Hi, everyone.
Abe.
How are you?
What's up, Abe?
Greetings from my alternative studio.
Great to have you, Abe. Hey, tell us about your channel and what you do.
My channel. It won't be silent, and I'd love if you guys check it out. The reason why that's the name of it is I'm doing a film called Won't Be Silent, and it's about music that people create through oppression as a way to speak out. But since we're in this year of where we all need to speak out, I've kind of used it as an anthem for activism, and I've been working with a couple of voting rights organizations to use the music that is part of this song, as part of the film, as part of these public service announcements to get people out there to vote. So I kind of had to stop filming, but I'm still being able to be true to the message of the project. And it's just, whatever. But I'm really into getting, and again, no matter who wins, although we all know that there's only one way this can go, but no matter who wins, even when Joe wins, I still feel the message is going to be relevant, because there's so many things in our world that still need to be, straightened out. I mean, I think I've been an activist for years, and I can find many things that I'm still complaining about and, fighting for, and between gun violence, and it's just never ending. So no one should ever be silent, and that's all ties back to the project. So hello, everybody. Hope you had a good week.
Yeah, great to have you today, Abe. And also, Domenick, you had a painting of someone very special. He painted someone very handsome. He wants to show us really fast. Domenick, can you show us that painting? He painted a really good one. Also,
beautiful.
Fabulous.
Where's the fly?
It's there, right there.
That's not a bow in his hair.
It's a classic.
It's beautiful. Are you selling your art?
Yeah, I sell. You can. If anybody wants to see my art, it's on. It's at Psychic Sarah, because all the information. So at Psychic Sarah has all my paintings. It's not all political though. It's all different types of stuff. I do. It's just something I started doing, and recently I got like the dumb Trump one, and I got the clown, and I got the pumpkin head one. I got a whole bunch of the political ones right now. Just because every time I see something, I'm like, I gotta do something with that. It's funny.
I think if anyone wants to get your art right now, Domenick, maybe they can just message you on Instagram and find that link. But tomorrow, next time. That's awesome. Yeah, no, that's really good.
All my paintings, if you go to at Psychic Sarah, she has them all listed. There's like 40 of them. So
next live we'll have it listed. Next live we'll have it listed as a link, so that people can just easily go in there and check it out. Because I love your art, Domenick. It's awesome. I definitely want to support your art. And it's like it's a cool. I love Pence with the pink eye. It's the best.
The pink eye and the fly on.
If you think about the whole pink eye thing, it's normally it's somebody is. I always think of it as that there's some kind of sexual contact involved. I'm sorry. It's like another form of, STD. And I'm always thinking, he's not having sex with mother.
I was about to say the same thing. I was about to jump in and say, we know he ain't banging mother. Oh.
Nice. You guys are so funny.
That poor dear.
We all agree that Mike Pence is allegedly asexual. I think that might be something we can all wrap our heads around.
I
He
think
probably
now,
hasn't had an erection.
I mean,
in
because
20
if it
years.
wasn't Pink Eye, before they hit the stage, she went upside that head for something. Either way you look at it, it wasn't a good situation.
Right.
And when I look at the eye, it's like he doesn't wash his hands. That's what I think of. Because you're not supposed to be touching your face anyway. And Pink Eye to me means you did not wash your hands after number 2. That's all I'm saying.
And can we
God,
just say that they need to
no.
get some gay friends? They need some gay makeup artists.
Well, that makes
because Trump's
that
and
makes
Pence's
sense,
makeup is crap.
okay, can we just talk about the Trump makeup for 2 seconds?
Yes.
please?
Yes,
Okay,
finally.
His
first of
own
all-
makeup
first
now
of all,
because he's contagious.
I did a post on this. He was in the hospital and also had Juvederm and filler and Botox. His cheeks are so full. He looks like, I don't know if you guys know who Jocelyn Wildenstein is.
Of course.
She was this iconic New York doyen of nobody could figure out who she was. But he has,
Yeah.
I mean, his cheeks are so ridiculous. And when he was saying, I know you people, I'm a senior citizen. I know you don't know that I'm a senior citizen.
Oh my God.
He's so crazy. Anyway, but the makeup is, he looks like one of those velvet paintings.
So you guys know,
I think it is worse than ever.
Herman Cain felt better, and then Herman Cain died. Just so you know, okay? So keep your eye on it.
Yeah,
keep your eye on it. Telling you right now. And Trump has yet to wish Herman Cain anything. It's just, is he dead? Oh wow. He was at my company rally. Oh yeah. Oh wow. It's all
Like
a
he
hoax.
does with everything. Zero
That's all we got.
empathy.
He doesn't accept
sweet
any
from the
blame. There's no blame. There's no anything he accepts. He cannot do it.
Well, he's
Anyways,
perfect.
No
this
blame
is
in
another
it.
clip of Trump. And
him.
yeah, I mean, I don't know which one this is. It's just Trump is going on and on all the time. I just download clips and I really think that they're funny, and that's why I bring them to here. So here you guys go. Here's another clip.
President Donald Trump is tweeting out support for Michigan protesters, saying, quote, "The governor of Michigan should give a little and put out the fire. These are very good people, but they are angry. They want their lives back again safely. See them, talk to them, make a deal." This comes after hundreds of people protesting at Michigan's Capitol in Lansing urged for the governor
How you
to
guys
end
doing?
Michigan's
What's
state
up,
of emergency
Duarte,
amid the
Freeman, what's up?
coronavirus pandemic. A large group inside the House chambers yelled at Michigan State Police troopers and House sergeants, demanding to be allowed on the House floor, some armed with AR-15s and wearing tactical vests. Governor Gretchen Whitmer did not respond directly to President Trump, but she did tweet a photo of former First Lady Michelle Obama with the text, "Our motto is, when they go low, we go high." Katie Johnston for CBSDetroit.com.
Anyways, guys, that was because, Whitmer got they listened to Trump. These Proud Boys decided to make this plan. The FBI had to come in and get involved and arrest these people. I mean, this is insane. And a lot of this is Trump's fault because he instigated this.
100%.
Liberate Michigan is what he tweeted 5 months ago. This is from 5 months ago, by the way.
Except he took the motto and has made it now the way he is now. It's when they go low, I get high. Because that guy is so high. He is higher than I ever was in the 70s. That's how high he is.
Can I just say something? I can't get one person to go hiking with me. How the hell do these people find 12 other people to kill a governor and I can't find someone to go hiking with me? Can someone just tell me, please?
It's because you live in New York. Nobody hikes in New York.
Oh, shut up, Abe. You're right.
I just think it's ridiculous that
They walk by the river, and that's what they call
I
it.
think it's ridiculous that they were even allowed to be on the state capitol building with weapons
Absolutely.
just because of a mask mandate.
And because they're white. Imagine if they were black.
Two of the men of the 6 that were indicted by the FBI, one of the representatives took pictures of them. She says, I'm afraid for my life. And these turned out to be the same 2 involved in the 13. So,
Wow.
I mean, guys, the writing was on the wall.
Wow.
Come on. And come on, they shoot Breonna Taylor in her sleep, and we can't even get 3 cops arrested. And they arrest all 13 on a plot. Come on.
Preach.
Come on. Give me a break. Come on. y'all. Give
And
me
not
a
a
break.
knee on a neck. No, which, I mean, they just were like, "There's the most peaceful thing we've ever heard of."
You know, I found it really crazy when Trump was saying that she should negotiate with them, and he was laughing about it in the text. He was saying, "Well, why don't you negotiate with the people with the guns at the Michigan Capitol?" That was so bizarre. And then a couple weeks later, it flip-flopped, and Trump does his Bible stunt, holding the Bible, and he was surrounded. He was a bunker boy that day.
Right.
And it's like, I was thinking, why don't you negotiate with them?
And then he tells Gretchen Whitmer, "You could thank me for getting them arrested when you actually told them to do it."
Yes.
He's evil.
Come on.
But isn't that typical Trump? That is like a
Saturday Night
typical
Live
circle.
skit. Come on.
He's been emboldening people from the start. He's been emboldening them ever since he came down that year in the beginning and talked about the wall. Everything he's done is incited fear and racism in this country. He's not done a thing to stop it. I mean, why stop now?
He wants.
That's his base.
That's his base.
It's part of his shtick. It's
Go ahead.
I mean,
And that's why he won't debate, because he can't do his shtick. They want to cut off his mic. He has no answers to give the American public. There is no health care plan.
Absolutely.
He didn't have it for the last 4 years. He's not going to come up with it now.
Oh,
he
no,
doesn't
he's
want
gonna
to tell
have
the
it in
American
2
people
weeks.
anything other than
In 2
yell
weeks.
and
Yeah,
scream
that's right. 2
and
weeks.
try and bully. Yeah, 2 weeks. Yeah, 2 weeks, my ass. And try and
That was like-
bully Joe Biden.
That was 5
That's
months
right.
ago.
That's right.
Yeah,
That's right.
He just
And
wants to yell at Biden to try to
Gretchen
take
Whitmer
Biden
had a
off.
Gretchen Whitmer had a great comeback to the "You should be grateful. You should be thanking me." She says, "I thought you didn't want to debate over Zoom."
Oh, yeah.
She had a fantastic comeback. It's amazing.
You know, that's the best. I think that's the best part of everything this year is seeing all these strong females come out and give it. That's one of. If there's any silver lining to this year, it's that. It's seeing
Nancy Pelosi. Oh,
Nancy Pelosi.
Yeah.
although I will say the woman really needs to get a couple of masks that stay up. This is the most powerful woman in the world, and that mask kept full. I was like,
yes.
does this woman not have a stylist that is just in charge of her mask? I mean,
It is
the
awful.
average B celebrity in Los Angeles has
awful.
their shit together.
It really
compared
is
to
awful.
fucking-
It really is.
and I love her.
She got to go on Etsy.
Get your masks together, girl.
Oh, it's true. It really is awful. But back to what you said about the stimulus. Nancy Pelosi, I thought it was amazing. She says, "You do not get your dessert before dinner. You can't give a stimulus to people that he only wants to give stimulus to red states, leaving blue states to fend for themselves."
And billionaires.
Nancy Pelosi flat out said no, period. There
But
won't be any for anyone.
It's absolutely criminal.
It is.
Absolutely criminal.
Totally is.
He's been a criminal since the 80s. Come on.
Red states and billionaires. Don't forget it. The people
And
that
by the
really
way-
need the money.
And just a quick
Meanwhile,
reminder, it'll
poor Trumpets are rinsing out toilet paper to dry it on the line to reuse it. That's how poor they are. That's how poor they are, and they're worried about a Supreme Court pick. You need to be worried about getting more Goya beans in your cabinet. They worry about the wrong thing. They worry about the celebrity that is Donald Trump. Forget about anything else that's going to help you live.
That's
I've
what
never
it
seen
is.
anything like it. It drives me insane.
But
They'll give him their last meal. They'll give him their last
He makes
meal and the
them feel
last
that they're
clothing on
already
their back.
winners. That's the thing. He makes them feel that they're winners already, even though they could be, as poor as can be, not being able to put food on the table, but they have that American flag and they have his ideals. It's insane.
It
He
should.
has made a lifetime.
How do you fight that?
He has made a lifetime of keeping people like that out of his
Poor.
life,
Yep.
out of his
And
golf
poor.
courses, his hotels.
Right.
The main people that vote for him are the people that he has avoided his entire life. He's never
Right.
catered to them once, and he ain't going to start now, folks.
You
They're
can't
not
make them
invited
see
to
that
the party.
You can't make them see that logic. You think one day they're going to
Yeah.
wake up and bump their head and go, "Oh my God, he didn't care." They just don't care. They don't care. I don't understand it. I do not understand it.
I mean, when I used to live in New York, I used to be I did events, I was in that business. And when the Soho Trump Tower opened, and they were inviting all the producers to come down and check out the space, and like we all went there, goes, we're not putting an event together here, girl. You just, the last place you wanted to be affiliated with, if you were a New Yorker, like a cool New Yorker at least, was the Trump property.
Yeah, I don't know if anyone in here has ever met Donald Trump, but I have, and I can tell you, he's one of those people. You have too, Abe, right? He walks into a room, and Abe, tell me if I'm wrong. He sucks the energy out of a room. And this is someone who used to go to Studio 54. Okay.
Yeah. I used to produce this race in Central Park. It was a benefit for God's Love We Deliver, and Trump's brother, the one that just passed away, Robert, his ex-wife was the kind of the angel of the organization. She helped us raise all the money. She was a total Democrat. She was awesome. Her name is Blaine Trump, but she since got divorced for a lot of money and got out of that whole thing. But the thing I'm saying is that our race really was very successful in New York City, and Trump was seething jealous because she got the best press in New York City because she was this fierce, fabulous, beautiful woman. And he's this horrible, gross thing. Anyway, he actually got so jealous that he decided to do a race also on Fifth Avenue. I mean, we were flipping out. We knew it was going to fail. So he called it the Gold Mile Run, right in front of Fifth Avenue.
Like everything he does.
It turns to crap. I just want to point out again real quick, how many presidents actually lose the district that they're from? And remember, Donald Trump did. Remember that, folks.
Yeah.
Yeah, anyway. Yeah, he's a gross baboon. That's the end of that.
He's a typical narcissist, though. I mean, everything that comes out of his mouth is either about him or serving him in some way. He doesn't care about anybody else.
No.
Everything is always about him. That's why he sucks up the air when he goes into a room, because he doesn't care about anything but himself.
Yeah.
I actually have got a clip that I played the other day with Boris Johnson in 2015, before Trump was elected. Boris Johnson didn't think that he was going to be elected. And he was saying...
Nobody thought.
Oh, I did. I told everyone.
Michael Moore.
I said that to relatives
Michael Moore.
in Europe.
Yes.
I said,
Let me just...
would do this.
Let me just show you guys what Boris Johnson said for viewers that are tuning in right now. Just what Boris Johnson thought about Donald Trump.
I think Donald Trump is clearly out of his mind. If you think that's a sensible way to proceed, you can't ban people going to the United States in that way, or indeed to any country. And what he's doing is playing the game of the terrorists and those who seek to divide us. That is exactly the kind of reaction they hope to produce. And I have to say, when Donald Trump says that there are parts of London that are no-go areas, I think he's betraying a quite stupefying ignorance that makes him frankly unfit to hold the office of President of the United States. I would invite him to come and see the whole of London and take him round the city, except that I wouldn't want to expose Londoners to any unnecessary risk of meeting Donald Trump.
Do you think he shouldn't be allowed in the country?
Well, I think it's a free country and you can't stop people unless he's guilty of some criminal offence. I don't know quite how you'd stop him coming to this country. If he wanted to come to this city, we would make every effort to show him the city and show him that he's talking complete nonsense.
Yeah, so anyways, we showed that on Tuesday also, but I just thought that was a perfect description of Donald Trump. I mean, like you said, Matt, he sucks the energy out of the room. He's such a Debbie Downer. When he walks in the room, he wants all the attention. He doesn't know how to have a good time either. He doesn't drink alcohol. I mean, not that you have to drink alcohol to have a good time, but he doesn't. He's just such a downer.
He doesn't laugh. You've never seen him laugh. You've never seen him have like a real applause.
Well, he doesn't have
how jealous he was, and I think that's a huge part of his personality, and that's exactly why he hates Obama so much. He's so jealous. He's the green-eyed monster that we have in this country that is like anyone that says anything, TikTok, anyone that says anything about him, he focuses his energy because he's so obsessed with himself and his own ego.
Yeah, I agree. And I think a part of it is also that he is in this very dual world. Like it's either winning or losing.
Right.
You can't have both. And so for him to win, someone needs to go down and all of that. So that's his thing.
When Nancy Pelosi called him morbidly obese, that was the last time he read it. The master, honey.
What's interesting too is everything that he said in the past has come back to his own words have come back to slap him in the face.
Yep.
He's been proven wrong. We're able to use all of his own, even his children. The only one that's calculatingly quiet is Ivanka because she knows. She knows. You might as well have blonde hair with red lips and smile with big boobs and be quiet than be the boobs of your brothers and your father. Because they become really big boobs. Eric, and you notice too, Tiffany's just out of the picture. She's just the ugly duckling. She's never in anything. And Eric is the notable one that's always missing out of the family photos. Have you noticed?
Who, Tiffany?
Eric.
No, Eric. And let's congratulate him on coming out of the
idiot. And if anyone goes down in the Trump family, trust me, Eric is going to jail first. Trust me.
Oh, really?
Oh, you think?
Does anyone know about the deposition? What happened? I think
This
it was
week.
overshadowed by the whole Walter Reed thing.
The testimony this week. I put out 2 videos about it.
Does anybody know what happened?
No.
No.
I know he testified, but I don't know anything beyond that.
I don't think
he lied.
He
lied.
So another thing that Trump is trying to do is get Hillary in trouble, like get her into big trouble.
Oh, everybody needs to be arrested, including Joe Biden.
Find a new show, Trump. Find a new show.
She's a grandmother from Chippewa, for crying out loud. Let her be a grandmother. She's
Leave her
not
alone with her
anything.
pantsuits. Yeah. Leave her
We've
alone.
been talking about Hillary for jail for 4 years.
So sad.
Find a new show.
Listen, Bill Barr is
Such a
famous for
bad
doing a lot of Trump
president.
dirty work, but he is not going to outright break the law and try to. Come on. He puts his own fat self on the line for that.
Because he knows that Trump won't be in office forever. He can only cover for Trump while Trump's in office. Once Trump's out of office, anything Bill did, he can be held responsible for it.
That's exactly right. And mind you, he's already going to be up on some ethics violations as it stands.
Yes. He should be disbarred.
No pun intended.
So Mike Pompeo is
square up there. Thank you.
Trump is asking Mike Pompeo to release like information on Hillary Clinton. So I'm just going to play like a couple of seconds of this. I mean, this is really insane.
It's crazy.
She deleted 33,000 emails. She should be in jail for that. I don't even care if they're if they're very highly confidential emails. I don't care what.
So what is the state of this investigation into Hillary Clinton's emails at the State Department?
So, Dana, you'll remember I was close to this even when I was a member of Congress when I served on the Benghazi committee now, what seems like a little bit time ago. We've got the emails. We're getting them out. We're going to get all this information out so the American people can see it. You'll remember there was classified information on a private server. It should have never been there. Hillary Clinton should never have done that. It was unacceptable behavior. It's not the kind of thing that leaders do. They don't put that kind of information out, and you can see whether it's Russia or China or Iran or the North Koreans who want to get their hands on this kind of information. Classified information needs to stay in the right places. Secretary Clinton, when she was here at the State Department, did not do that.
The president has the authority to declassify anything he wants. All authority is to him. Could he declassify it and order it released if he wanted to and if he ordered?
Absolutely. We're going to get there. We're going to get this information out so the American people can see it.
If he were to order that, would there be concerns about maybe health and safety of sources or methods that could possibly be in these emails if there's classified information?
So, Dana, I've been at this a long time with President Trump for 4 years now almost. I've never seen him do anything that would put any kind of asset, any kind of one of our officers in any harm's way. He wouldn't do that. We'll get the information out that needs to get out, and we'll do it in a way that protects the intelligence sources that we need to protect.
And last question on that, will that happen before the election?
doing it as fast as we can. I certainly think there'll be more to see before the election.
They're really showing.
Oh, bull crap. You know what? May I just real quick? This is one more carrot that they're dangling in front of their stupid base. And if you're a Trumper and you're watching this, yes, they might not say it. I think you're stupid. And can we also just real quickly say that up in 2018, 2019, it was reported that Trump was still using his personal cell phone and Ivanka was still using a personal email. So the only people that are really
and Jared
putting the
was
American,
using, and Jared too.
the
They're
Trumps
all
are the only people that are putting the American public at risk. And this bull crap that they keep going back to Hillary is just it's like dangling
How
something in front
about
of
this?
a cat.
How about this? Who cares? Who
They
cares?
do. They do. The Trumpers care. They do.
That percentage is always going to be there. We have to live our lives knowing that there's like a cocoon over a bunch of morons that we're never going to change.
Yeah, we're never going to.
And they're going to support him after. And once he gets out of office on November 4th or the 21st of January, he's going to just go and become like a 24-hour-a-day on that OAN network. He's going to compete with Fox News, and that's what he's going to do. He's going to blow the apes until he explodes.
We got news for you. Donald Trump is going to jail, or he's going to come very close to it.
If he goes to Florida,
if he doesn't go to jail, that just would show how corrupt the system is.
Take his passport.
Nixon didn't go to jail.
And the likes of a Donald Trump will do just that.
He's going to go to Florida because he knows in Florida they won't allow him to get extradited to go to New York. I don't think he's coming back to New York.
Oh, no, it don't work like that, kid. It don't work like that. I'm sorry, it don't work like that.
Oh, thank you.
It don't work like that.
Thank you.
That's why I want to dispel the myth of Trump trying to resign to let Pence pardon him. That's fine.
No,
that not pardon the president for state crimes. It won't. It doesn't. He can do it, but it won't matter. Unless there are federal charges filed against him, that's the only thing he'll be pardoned for. The Southern District of New York, Letitia James and Cy Vance are waiting on that behind, kid. Can I tell you? And they're going to get it. They're going to get it.
I know they're waiting. Let's hope so. I hope. I don't think the president's going to go to jail. I doubt it.
He lost the last battle with the taxes. They are fingering through it just like they're fingering through it right as we speak. I'm telling you right now. Trump is got. He better hope. That's why you see all of this foolishness. The horse and pony show. Trump is got. His days are numbered. The clock is ticking. It's like a mother trying to.
I hope you're.
This is where the
you can't hide from these facts, people. You can't hide from them. And as much as they want to hide in their little cocoon of misinformation and alternative facts, all of this is coming their way. You can, and if he actually thinks, I'm on a roll here. If he actually thinks that he's going to install Amy Coney Barrett to decide against an election in his favor, he's sadly mistaken. The American people are sadly mistaken because Chief Justice Roberts is going to make her recuse herself because of the implication as to why she's even being put on the court.
Yeah, the John Roberts court does not want to happen.
Look what happened to Kavanaugh. The last two major decisions that when Kavanaugh got elected because they thought the fix was in, Roberts made him recuse himself. Correct. She's a freshman Supreme Court justice. She has no say. She's going to sit on the court and say absolutely nothing. Watch what I tell you.
I know John Roberts does not want to go down in history.
Coming from with him, he is literally being backed into a corner right now with everything, and you know, yes, the drugs, everything, and him being, you know, on a whole manic episode right now. This was happening before, and I swear it's because he's being dragged and put into a corner right now. It's like a wild animal. He's afraid
he's coming out like it's like the Tasmanian devil.
He's afraid of what's going to happen.
No. Have you guys noticed why they keep asking the question, are you guys going to stack the court? That's exactly what they're doing now.
Correct.
Everyone knows she was on the record. She was on the record saying she would overturn Roe v. Wade. You can't. We already know this information. We already know it before she's confirmed. Correct. You can't put an obvious plant on the court to do exactly what. It's just not. Roberts is going to make her recuse herself in that case. I'm telling you right now, that's not how government works. That's not how justice works. Sorry.
Can we just say the irony of all of it right now? You're talking about him overturning Roe v. Wade as he is being injected with fetal stem cells in the exact same breath.
Correct.
And
he's paid for 8 abortions, allegedly.
Meanwhile, if you dig into Amy Coney Barrett's past, which I have done, she belonged to some kind of religious Handmaid's Tale situation.
Yeah.
Yeah. 7 damn children.
Under 18. Under 18.
Guys, the fix is in. We know it. It's just not going to work the way they think it is. Every major decision Trump has tried to set up for the courts, he's gotten shot in the foot because that's not how this shit. Oh, sorry, that's not how this works.
Too bad it's only in the foot.
But he doesn't
It
know.
don't work like this, guys. I'm telling you right now. Every major decision he tried, the Muslim ban, I mean, the LGBT rights, it just doesn't work. It won't work because they can see.
That's because John Roberts is a mensch in hindsight. But
And
here's something no one's talking about either.
Also, Gorston said, you know what? I know I'm in a stolen seat. I'm not going to sit here and make people think that I'm a plant for you.
No,
and he's against everything Trump tried to do because that's not how the law works. And I keep trying to tell people,
but the damage is
coming
still
off the
done,
ledge.
The damage is
I know
done.
it looks like the fix is in, but that's just not how good. It doesn't work like this. It's just
But
not
half
gonna
the time, even the things that he actually does, it's for show. It's for
Of
his.
course.
And even though he knows it's not going to work out the way it plans, they don't get the memo.
Can you imagine
executive
Bill Barr in
orders
his
are all
office?
crap.
Can you imagine Bill Barr in his office going, "Oh God, is that Trump calling again? What does he want? What does he want me to do now?"
I'm sure they are all ready the minute he
Everything
wakes
Bill Barr has tried to appease Trump is just enough to get him to stop calling me.
Yeah.
He has signed up for this crap. He has. He's got to pacify this man just to get him to stop calling my office. He is
Well, can we
not
talk about
the line. Oh, he's a son of a gun. Don't get me wrong. He is. But he's not going to cross the line where it's going to harm himself. Trust me.
Speaking of Supreme Court.
I hate to change the subject, but
before we get off the Supreme
Melania
Court.
is going to be in for that half of that $400 million.
Okay,
if
before
she
we
doesn't
get
get
off the
divorced
hold on.
before November 4th, she's in the hook for 200 of that $400 million.
Yes, she is.
Can we continue something real
Does
quick
anybody
about
know
the
where
Supreme
she's at?
Court? We missed something
Honestly,
very important.
Melania's disdain of Donald is actually one of the things that have gotten me through 2020. Every hand slap away or disgusting look. It just brings us.
Imagine how he must stink from that horror.
Loud Lib had something to say really fast. Loud Lib.
No, I made a video about Free Melania. No, but I just want to say real quick before we get off.
Free Melanie.
She's everything but free.
Before we get off,
nothing but free, honey. She's not free, girl.
Before we get off of SCOTUS,
SCOTUS,
I think it's very important that we should talk about what Clarence Thomas said this week
mix
about
them
gay
in.
marriage.
Yeah.
Because that bothers the crap out of me.
Take
And I made a
them, put
video,
it
and
in.
I just want Clarence Thomas to remember that up until, 1967, in a lot of states, he's a black man. His wife is white. Back in the 60s, he would not have been allowed to marry her. So I just want him to remember that he is trying to ruin other people's happiness. And he lived through MLK. He lived through all of that. Where does this crazy person come off saying, well, we need to revisit gay marriage in this country? I'm sorry. I think that's something important that we kind of
Y'all
gloss
see my
over.
face?
I want to talk about it. Yeah, right. Yeah.
So do you guys know Taiwan is the first Asian country to legalize gay marriage? And originally they voted against it. Like the whole country voted against gay marriage. And then later on, Taiwan decided, like the actual government of Taiwan is like, that's not constitutional to stop people that are in love from getting married.
Good.
And they changed it this year, as a matter of fact, to change it so gay marriage is legal in Taiwan, even though the people of Taiwan voted against that bill in particular, because kind of maybe some people in Taiwan don't like that idea. It's the first Asian country to legalize gay marriage. I think Thailand might also be legalized. I'm not sure.
Isn't Taiwan where all the lady boys are? I mean, that would be the most hypocritical.
No, Thailand is where the lady boys are. Taiwan is.
Oh.
Thailand is where
Thailand.
Yeah.
I was trying to say Thai food, Taiwan, Thailand. I couldn't figure it out.
So Taiwan is an island off of the coast of China, which all the people back in the 1950s migrated to get away from Mao Zedong's regime, and they moved all to Taiwan. And it's a democracy. They're really proud about their democracy. They really love their kind of what they vote. They vote every single year. They vote like every other year. They have a big election, and so it's just a really big thing. They have a day off when they go to vote too, unlike the United States, which actually doesn't have a mandatory day off. No one works on election day in Taiwan, and they really do respect the democracy and the rights of people. They want to have the more rights. I mean, America is falling behind on the rights. We are falling behind every day.
We know why that.
We just go back
they
to
make election day a national holiday. Republicans would never see public office again, ever. They know it. That's why they have to cheat, steal, press.
Correct.
They can't win from the sheer numbers of people that don't think like them. They can't ever win.
Correct.
Absolutely. They know that the party's pretty much over at this point. People have left their ideals at the door.
Right.
I mean, tried and true Republicans are mortified by Donald Trump.
My friend just texted me something that's hilarious about this too. That Bob Dole, who's on the debate commission, said, and they're all Republicans, none of them are supporting Trump.
Yeah,
that's why they could easily cancel that thing and whatever, let him walk into a wall.
I just behind the scenes.
One other thing about
Christina.
Yeah, we've got Christina here.
Hi.
Christina.
Hi.
So I found Christina originally 5 months ago on TikTok, and she was one of the first people to say, "Wear a mask, please," and showing us the different kinds of masks and going into the details of why masks are important. And so I'm really honored to have Christina here because she is one of the first people, besides me. I mean, I was doing this back in January, telling people to wear a mask, but she was on TikTok and she blew up. She went viral. So anyways, Christina is here. I'm so happy to have you. Let's have Christina.
Hi.
Hi. Thanks I really appreciate you guys inviting me. I'm kind of, I've never done anything like this, so I really appreciate the invite.
You're doing fabulous.
Yeah, so tell us what your TikTok is all about.
I've been following you from the beginning too.
Oh my God, you guys are awesome. Thanks. Even with my crazy mixed content, I have some random mom stuff thrown in there.
Girl, I'm a mom too. I love the mom content. I love all of it.
Perfect.
Yeah, so let's talk about your channel, Christina. What do you do? What do you specialize in? We all know you for different things, I guess.
Yeah, sure. No, thank you so much. So yeah, I think a lot of people, I kind of started TikTok back at the start of quarantine just for fun, and then just started doing some stupid mom or nurse related stuff. And then I started noticing all these things on my For You page about just complete bullshit about masks and the coronavirus. And I just thought, okay, why don't I just do a quick video addressing this mask issue and oxygen saturation? So I did a video at work wearing different masks and showing my oxygen saturation being normal. And then that went viral. And then from there, I thought, oh, I guess this is now medical education TikTok. So that's kind of what it turned into. So now it's just been kind of combating misinformation and myths that are coming up primarily around COVID, which there is a plethora of that going around right now.
From the White House.
Yeah.
From everywhere. It's sickening to see the kind of shit that people believe with absolutely zero scientific or factual basis for any of it. It just fits whatever crazy ass narrative they have, and they just go with it. It's crazy.
But Christina, if I could smell a fart through someone's pants, how does a mask work? Hello. Sorry. I've heard that one a lot. Have you heard that one? The fart analogy? Oh, okay. I'm glad you.
That's a first for me.
Yeah.
Oh, you've never heard that one, Abe? I get that all the time.
No.
Well, if you could smell a fart through your pants, how does a mask work to block out particles?
I've seen that. I've seen the almost infrared looking character for that.
I mean, I still can't get over that thing with a woman saying, well, they want to, when I say I can't breathe when I'm wearing my mask.
Oh no, don't say
Floyd
it.
said he couldn't breathe. I could
Oh,
not.
vile.
I think that was one of the worst. That was top number one.
That stayed with me
Of the
in my heart.
insensitivity and lack of empathy and just outrageous that someone could make a statement like that. Yeah.
Well, I get furious when I see the videos online of people saying, well, I have a medical issue. I actually found a couple of people in my local Whole Foods who were not wearing a mask. I started to film them. And so I basically called him out. And they admitted on camera, as I was filming them, yeah, we don't have a medical condition. I mean, the fact that these Trumpers are going around lying about being sick, it shows you how deplorable they really are. To take away from someone else who really does have a sickness and pretend that you can't wear a mask for 15 effing minutes. Listen, I got smoker's lungs. If I can do it, you can do it. So shut up and just wear your damn mask, because I have a life that I want to live. These people just want to go to Walmart on a Sunday without their mask and go running through the aisles. I'm not wearing my mask because that's my rights. I want to get back on the plane. I want to get back to work. I want to go back to theater. I want to live my life, while these a-holes just want to go and have their little hissy fits at Starbucks or Walmart. That's all it is.
Well, they're coming off of a president that's calling it a hoax, and we cannot talk about this election without talking about the implications.
I don't hear anything.
About talking about misinformation, really, that's going on. I mean, Christina was talking about just the actual, and the way that actually social media is kind of perpetuating these things for people. I mean, Facebook just said that now they're stopping QAnon on their platform. Just now. We're 4 years into this presidency here.
And I don't believe them for 1 second.
Yeah, they're just going to change the name.
The woman from YouTube was also interviewed today, the CEO of YouTube, and she's saying they're going to take it down. And I have yet to see that we live in a pure society.
Well, damage is already done.
Has anyone seen The Social Dilemma? Have you guys? Hey, this is your homework. No, this is your homework for tonight. It is a fantastic documentary about social media and its role in our lives right now. The political implications for how people are, the destabilization of our country is prolific right now. And what is happening is that there is so much misinformation. It's worth looking at and seeing kind of how people are actually being fed different things based on supercomputers that are literally sociopaths. So
I read recently an article about not necessarily the social media, but also in relation to the QAnon theories and conspiracy theories, and it was an article about how these movements have unfolded and multiplied over the last years, not only in the United States, worldwide.
Oh, yeah.
And it's one of the biggest dangers to come, that a large masses will believe those kind of theories that are not funded through science or investigation or things like that, and they'll follow it. So it's really dangerous, and to keep an eye on who will follow it and where this information gets spread. Yeah.
I heard a really interesting fact this morning that if you take all of Europe and Canada, that equals 390 million people. If you take the United States, that's 340 million people. But we had 1,200 deaths yesterday. Mm-hmm. Yesterday, Europe had 92 deaths, and that's including Europe and Canada. Mm-hmm. Does that just make you angry? Our president has done such a poor job.
He's a murderer, and the fact that the media refuses to say that, it took him 2 years to call him a liar. Now he's an official murderer. Pence is a murderer, and the fact that, I'm sorry, I know that Kamala was trying to do the dance to not seem like, too angry and aggressive because she's a woman and a woman of color. So unfortunately, she has to kind of keep herself down. But she needed to imply that those people have blood on their hands and death on their hands much more assertively. I mean, and he was saying that, the American people, we believe in the American people. The American people were not we're not the ones that we were talking about. And I really feel like it's just unfortunate that we're in a country that, I'm afraid for my life, and I'm like a healthy horse. And I kind of think about, okay, if I go out and I'm in Los Angeles, we're having a bad week here in Los Angeles. Like it's kind of like, this is like playing Russian roulette because of this president.
So Christina, I was just wondering, have you noticed anything since it's getting a little bit colder in the East Coast states? Have you noticed more people coming in because of COVID recently in the last couple of weeks? Have you noticed that, Christina? Or tell us about what's going on with that.
Yeah, I don't know where you guys are, but I'm in Boston. I work at a really big hospital in Boston, and our peak was like in April, May-ish, and then things really steadily went down after like a mask mandate and everything. But yeah, steadily cases are starting to go up again, and I think it's partially weather getting colder and people spending more time inside, and then partially like a very slow phased opening we've had, but with restaurants opening now indoors, I think all of that has led to increased cases, and like schools are open, and are partially open. I mean, this was bound to happen, totally.
Yeah. In New Jersey, cases are up in New Jersey. We had been on a very good decline, and now they're back up. I think we actually have our highest single day of new cases since this whole thing started. And aside from what Christina said, it's also fatigue. People are just getting bored. They're getting tired of it. They don't want to hear about it anymore. And, hey, look at Chris Christie. He thought the same thing, and it didn't work out for him. No.
So listen, I'm sure you know this about more than any of us. Maybe you don't. But 1 in 20 die, right? So out of this whole hot spot in the White House, someone
it's going to come. It's going to come, and then the question is, will he be held accountable? Because
someone's going to lose their life.
If they can if they can prove that someone knew and still exposed the others, I mean.
That's why
they won't
tell us.
Trump knew he was Trump knew. And Melania knew before the debates. That's why she wore the mask going into the room. That's why she didn't kiss him the way Joe and Jill were like so adorable. She
don't want to kiss him ever.
And they are murderers. And they all have 212,000 people's ghosts that better scoot into them in the middle of the night like. Anyway,
and that is a crime, by the way, Christina, correct? Giving someone a disease on purpose is a crime. It's like people that purposely have given HIV to other people. It is a crime. Period.
Yeah, and I think even those tweets that he made immediately after coming out, where he says, "Don't be afraid of COVID. It's not a big deal." I think even for things like that the masses read, that millions of people read, and it gets to millions of people. If this has an impact, he should be held accountable for that.
But he's not.
Well, not yet, but at some point down the road,
I'm going to tell you this much.
Going in a door ride from the hospital. I mean, exposing Secret Service agents to the virus. Everything he does is irresponsible and for show.
Yep. I'm going to tell you this much. If it leaks that he was positive on that debate stage, Biden is not going to let him have the end of it. I'm telling you right now.
Oh, good.
I'm telling you right now.
I'm telling you,
he's a man of a certain age. And you heard what Mitch said. I haven't stepped foot in the White House. I mean, come on. He's
the turtle is afraid.
That's like admitting that.
Come on,
that's like admitting that I'm like an accessory to murder without even being
consistent with this White House. All we have to do is sit back and watch because it will all be revealed. Someone will leak it, and they always tell them.
If Mitch McConnell knew,
I heard somebody
stay away in August. He knew that people were being criminally negligent.
Yes,
that makes him an accessory.
Yes,
before, after, and during the. I'm sorry.
All of that.
Hey, you guys, we've got Claudia Conway on the ground. You know, the teenager that everything.
She should be sainted. I'm sorry.
She's also positive as well, right?
Yes. And she put out a video of her mom yelling at her about it.
I saw that.
I live for her video.
She's the closest thing to like an actual like person in the White House we can trust.
Yeah,
she's a Trojan horse, baby. A Trojan horse.
She's the only one that I believe.
You guys, I wanted to play a video that is the doctors coming out to talk about Dr. Trump's state of like his actual health.
Another liar.
But I want Christina to kind of comment on that. I know you're not a full-on doctor, but you do know one or two things.
Guys,
being
can I
a
interrupt
nurse.
quickly? I have to go. I just wanted to say bye to everyone.
Yeah. Can you say bye, but also talk about your TikTok and
Oh,
tell
it's
everyone.
not so important. Follow
No.
me follow me if you want to laugh along. I do a lot of lip syncing, politically inspired. I do Delusional Donnie and Eric the Snowflake Trump, and I do White House Barbie and all of that stuff. So
Oh, you do White House Barbie. That's really
I have
good.
some White House Barbie, yeah.
Yeah, your channel is so funny. It makes me laugh every time. FranT is how you find your channel, right?
Yes.
That's great to hear. Thank you.
Bye, Fran.
Bye. Bye, everyone. It was nice chatting with you all.
That was nice meeting you.
Bye-bye.
Bye, friend. Yeah, so anyways, let me play this clip. It's just the doctors coming out and lying as they would normally do because Trump would have them lie. Just, yeah. And Kristen, you can tell us what you think. I mean, I don't know. No pressure. Just.
Sure, no, of course. I have my opinions about it already.
Okay, here it is.
Welcome back to Closing Bell. President Trump's doctor has just began his briefing. Dr. Sean Conley, let's listen in.
Standard hospital discharge criteria. He'll receive another dose of remdesivir here today, and then we plan to get him home. It's been more than 72 hours since his last fever. Oxygen levels, including ambulatory saturations and his work of breathing, are all normal. Though he may not entirely be out of the woods yet, the team and I agree that all our evaluations, and most importantly, his clinical status, support the president's safe return home, where he'll be surrounded by world-class medical care 24/7. I'd like to bring Dr. Dooley up to review some more specifics.
Good afternoon. Just a brief update this morning. As Dr. Conley mentioned, the president continues to do very well. His vital signs this morning were notable for a temperature of 98.1. His blood pressure was 134/78. A respiratory rate of 17 respirations per minute. His heart rate was 68 beats per minute. And his last oxyhemoglobin saturation was 97% on room air. He currently does not endorse any respiratory complaints. And aside from our evaluation with the multidisciplinary team this morning, has maintained a full schedule, ambulating and working on the White House medical unit. I'll now turn it over to Dr. Garibaldi to again discuss therapeutics. Thanks.
Hi, good afternoon. And again, I just wanted to echo the sentiment of what an honor it is to be part of this wonderful team here at Walter Reed. Yesterday evening, the president received his third dose of remdesivir. He tolerated that infusion without difficulty, and his kidney and liver function continued to be normal. Our plan is to give the fourth dose of remdesivir this evening before he goes back to the White House, and we've made arrangements to deliver the fifth and final dose of his treatment course at the White House tomorrow evening. He continues on dexamethasone, and again, the plan for today is to continue to be up and out of bed, eat and drink, and work as he is able. And I'd like to turn it over to Dr. Jason Blaylock, who's an infectious disease specialist and the chief of medicine here at Walter Reed, to give some updates on infection control. Thank you.
The president did some great work, by the way.
Everyone.
I saw him doodling on a paper.
First of all, I just want to say what an honor it's been to be part of this medical team behind me and to care for the president. Since the president's arrival at Walter Reed, he's received medical management that remains in line with national clinical societal guidelines for treatment of COVID-19 infection. In addition, both myself and Dr. Wes Campbell have worked very closely with various laboratories in the area, state-of-the-art facilities to include USAMRIID and RARE on obtaining advanced diagnostic testing to really inform the White House medical team of both the status of the president as well as his ability to transmit virus to others. Also, we have worked very closely with the Walter Reed team to ensure that we are looking very closely at infection control prevention strategies and the right posture so that the president can safely return to his residence. And with that, I'm going to turn it over to Dr. Conley, who will.
It's too much, you know, they're all too boring. They're all boring doctors that are all lying.
And liars.
All
They're
liars.
all liars. I mean, can you imagine all these doctors, all these people that have ever gotten involved with Trump have literally thrown their careers out the door to serve this prick. All these people that have reputable careers, General Mattis.
Last year, he made them all sign non-disclosure agreements, so they're only allowed to say so much.
What he tells them to say. What he tells them to
Christina,
say.
what was the biggest lie out of the whole lot?
Well, I think that one was interesting because that one was different than the other ones. I feel like the other ones that Dr. Conley did were so much less scripted, and he was so much more evasive in all the other ones where he wouldn't directly answer a question about like when he was on supplemental oxygen. No, this one felt a lot more scripted, and this one felt like, you know, okay, when you introduce yourself, you have to say what an honor it is to be on this team and some bullshit like that.
Right.
But like, you know, of course, like if the numbers are saying are true, everything of course sounds great. I think the one thing that sounds not okay, which we all know, is that the infectious disease doctor saying that all the treatments he got were like totally in line with what everybody gets, which is not true. That he, you know, a hospitalized patient and who kind of presented the way he presented doesn't normally get those therapeutics, doesn't normally get remdesivir because that's an expensive drug. You know, they don't normally get dexamethasone, although that's cheap and easily accessible. Not everyone gets on that. And then certainly the polyclonal, you know, antibody cocktail that's experimental right now. Nobody gets that unless they're in clinical trial. So, you know, of course, everyone's going to say like, look how well he did, and he's, you know, doing so great. Well, if everybody could get access to all of those things on the first day that they get sick, we would all be doing fine, but we can't.
May I just interject real quick? So you're telling me that the president of the United States of America is taking an experimental drug? I mean, I just want to make sure that we're all on the same. He's taking something that is experimental, and yet he's the leader of the free world. Is that correct? I just want to make sure.
So he took basically an antibody cocktail, basically that was partially derived from patients who were COVID positive. Interestingly, it actually came out that part of this therapeutic was developed using the cells that were from an aborted fetus, which is so great. But yeah, that therapeutic is currently in phase 3 trials right now with that company. So the only way you can receive it is if you're on a clinical trial. So yeah.
So the president. So the president
you know
is
what?
a guinea pig.
You want to know something? It really annoys me that everybody was so concerned that he was being given a drug that was not approved. You know what? Hopefully it didn't work, so that would have been the best thing that ever happened.
Mm-hmm.
Like, why is everybody so concerned about it?
No. I'm not concerned. I'm not concerned. I'm not concerned. I just think it's crazy that we're using the president of the United States of America as a guinea pig. I don't give a darn if he drops dead from it. Okay, let me just put that out there.
It's one of the most best treatments that they've got. Like literally, it's in Holland. They've done the research in Holland. They can't do the stuff with the fetuses in America. It's illegal. But in Holland, they can do that. So it's one of the world's best treatments, and that's why they brought it over. It probably costs like $100,000 to get that experimental treatment.
Actually, we paid for it, so you're welcome, Trump. You're welcome.
Christina,
socialized medicine paid for it.
So you're welcome.
Socialized medicine is paying right now for the president's care, by the way. Socialized medicine.
He just got done with the free clinic. But the thing is, he's telling everyone not to be afraid of COVID-19. You just got experimental treatment, the best care ever. Guess what? Joe from down the street who gets COVID after listening to you is not going to get the same level of care that you got. You may not even get an ICU bed because there may be too many people. I mean, it is irresponsible. And
heaven forbid get a test to see if you even have the thing. Come on, I just can't.
Absolutely.
Well, if he didn't get tested, he wouldn't be positive.
I mean, I'll put it to you this way. There is no way that people who are voting blue, like us times the millions of others, are going to let it stand if he pulls out some kind of fake win. I mean, there's no way. There is no way that will stand. I can imagine myself living my life under this guy's rule at whatever turn. I just can't imagine that so many millions of people. I am so not afraid of those Proud Boys or those other kind of Wolverines and whatever else. But I just can't imagine. There's so much care and love into why we are voting, as opposed to people who are voting out of anger and resentment. And
let me reassure you. Okay, the framework that built America is going to kick in. Trust me. Trust me.
I won't do.
This whole mob thing he thinks he's got going on, it's collapsing around him as we speak. So it's just not going to work.
Have you noticed the new trolls are all like 8-year-olds? I mean, I used to get like people of all ages. Now I'm getting like the 12 and under Trump crowd. That's how desperate this campaign is getting. That now they're sending out the 12-year-olds to tell me to get a job and get out of my mom's basement.
I keep telling people, call them, check on your trumpets, make sure they're fine, make sure they're still breathing over there because their comments are lacking. Where are they?
Yeah, man, come on.
They've lost.
Well, they were really quiet when he got COVID, believe you me.
And they're still
I didn't
quiet.
see one Trump 2020 for like days, and now they're starting to crawl back out of the woodwork. They're like cockroaches. You turn on the light, and they run away.
Yep.
It's unbelievable.
Well, they shut down the foreign bots. There you go. It stopped coming.
Even the bots don't want to work for Trump anymore.
There you go.
I had a question for Christina, though. How much do you think that it really might cost for this kind of fetus treatment that Donald Trump got, this concoction of antibodies and fetus
helicopter rides?
Like, how much do you think this could cost? I know you don't know, but what would you guess?
Well, I would guess, I mean, the only thing I can go on is kind of like some of the really specialized cancer treatments that I give to my patients that can run in the several hundreds of dollars range per treatment. I guess the question is how much is insurance going to cover versus not? I mean, this is, and not to mention, I doubt this is going to be so widely available because this is not like a drug that's just developed in a factory, like a chemical, because these are antibodies that are created in a lab. So I think it's going to be really expensive and not widely available.
Well, for example, if you have got a room in a hospital, it costs like, $20,000 to have that room for the night, or maybe $10,000. Any made up number. It's crazy. Like 2 nights in the hospital will end up being like $50,000 or $80,000. So I mean, like, if Trump has got this one penthouse, the massive room for himself, it's like not even a room. It's 8 rooms. It's a penthouse. And then he's got like all these different experimental drugs. He probably spent like $800,000 for that. The helicopter ride alone was probably $50,000 to $100,000. Because that helicopter cost a lot of money to run.
Yeah,
that week cost us $1 million easy.
Yes. It cost us
Add to the golf tab.
You know what? I am so sick and tired of hearing how much money he pisses away between his golf, his family scamming, the scamming this, the scamming that. I mean, if I hear one more person in the government say, we don't have the budget for, whether it's for something where somebody will be helped. We've been printing money since March 15th, and I think we should keep doing it until all the programs that are important to keep Americans safe need to get covered. I can't.
But he's not taking the salary, Abe.
When Biden wins and we take the House and we take the Senate, and if we have a reorder of when Barack Obama had everybody and they couldn't pass anything together, we have to really. This has to be a change in America. The winds have got to sweep out the stink because it's the only way we're going to survive.
You guys, we got a comment right here. We got word on the wire is that Lindsey Graham might have COVID.
Oh no!
At this point, I think it's trying to get sympathy because Lindsey Graham's
he's doing it for publicity.
Yeah, Lindsey Graham's going to lose.
He's debating tonight. He's debating tonight, isn't he? In South Carolina.
The thing is they
supposed to.
It's one more thing for him to about Miss Graham.
I can honestly say about Lindsey Graham, she's a mess girl.
Yes, she is. She's got the vapors all day, every day.
Lady Graham is pulling out all the stops from her.
That's right.
Anything you ever want to know about Joe Biden, just go listen to Lindsey Graham, because when he talks about Joe Biden, he sounds like a schoolgirl in love.
Very true.
He totally does. It's insane how much that dude has lied. And he basically said, "Oh, they hate me. He's raising 100." He literally whines like.
I know. Wasn't that embarrassing?
Oh my God!
They all play victim. Nobody likes me. Well, stop being an asshole. Sorry.
I had another question for Christina. What was it like in the March month when you guys were first getting the first COVID patients influx into Boston? And of course, New York was a lot worse. But what was those weeks like? You guys couldn't get any PPE. Like Trump and Biden, they claimed that they decided to close off the flights from China, and they saved America millions of lives because they closed off the flights in late January after the Philippines and Vietnam, and a lot of the Southeast Asian countries already closed off the flights from China. I mean, they said that they were the first ones, but anyways, they say they saved lives. They bought time, essentially. They did buy some time, but they actually did get 40,000 people coming in, like, during that time, like Americans coming in straight from China, no quarantine.
Wait, did we close in January? I don't mean to cut you off.
We closed late January. They stopped the flights. Only the people that are like foreign nationals could not come in. Americans could still come in. I was in Beijing. In January. On January 2nd, I landed in Beijing. I was there all month until like February 5th. I went to Indonesia after that. So I was like trying to get away from the virus. I thought it was going to blow up in China, but I end up leaving, and then coming back here. And then here it's actually really blowing up. Yeah. The Red Kingdom has blown up coronavirus. And so anyways, I just wonder what it was like those weeks leading up to the coronavirus really explosion, because we didn't have a test until March 20th, I think, or March 21st, or March 23rd, I think, my birthday.
Do you remember how scary those first weeks were? Oh,
scary. It was very scary. Yeah. I mean, okay, first of all, closing down the borders to China honestly did nothing, because the fact is that that only works when it's not already spreading in the community. COVID was already spreading in the community here by that time. So closing in the borders really didn't do a whole lot. I think I'm not a public health expert, but I do know that that's not the first thing you do. The first thing you do is ramp up testing. You do contact tracing. You do isolation as much as you can. And that's what we didn't do. You know, we didn't invest in testing early on. So yeah, Boston was scary. We were in Boston, but as New York, but we were one of the first sort of hotspots, because we had this like conference here that a biotech company held that had tons of people from Europe, and that was one of the biggest sort of super spreader events that happened. So yeah, it was really scary because it literally felt like every man for himself, like walking in that situation where you literally were terrified every step you took. You know, having to walk into the hospital and see patients was like utterly terrifying. Yeah, it was really scary. But the good thing is that most places now, even if a second surge comes up, we are prepared and we know how to handle it. And before, as opposed to totally like swiped by it and not prepared, we know what to do now. So I think we'll be better. I think we'll be okay, basically, if it comes back.
Unless it's the White House.
I just want to say thank you for your service, Christina.
Thank you.
So guys, listen, it's just in. Lindsey Graham has refused to take a COVID test for the debate tonight.
Is he allowed to refuse?
It's just in. He refused to take. He refused. CNN reports he refuses to take a COVID test for the debate
because the proctologist wouldn't do it.
I don't know what that's about.
It's from.
And the next presidential debate has been canceled. So the next one's going to be on the 22nd.
That we know.
The town hall is going to be held outside if Trump's
a coward. Trump's a coward. He's a coward. Their leader is a coward.
Girl, she's a mess.
Just that information. I've been reading the comments over there. Patricia Haynes wrote the story. Hi, Patricia.
Yeah, and actually in the future, I really want to interact with the comments more. I really want to push the comments to us so we read them as we go. So maybe in the future, we can like actually have an iPad down below to look at the comments in the comment section. Just like all of us, be able to like kind of monitor them.
I started answering some questions on my phone here as I started seeing them. I didn't realize I could do that, so I started.
Yeah. So I'm glad that you guys are checking that out. And Domenick here is like he's been helping me pull up the comments and make sure that thing flows. We really definitely need to acknowledge the comment section. So it's really great to have everybody watching, and we really love your guys' input. But yeah, thanks to Ryan and Domenick, we are focusing on that more. And question for the panel: Which Democrat cities are being burned to the ground?
All of them.
Yeah, no, I mean, it's honestly, you guys, the biggest problem we have right now is COVID, and we're getting into winter time. Boston and New York City are very big candidates for an explosion in cases because it gets pretty cold there. And it's just as winter gets to come in, we're going to have a lot more like virus that spreads through the air. Because if you look at Wuhan's location, it gets a little bit cold in Wuhan, but not too cold. And so as the virus somehow stays in the air longer when it's a certain temperature and a certain humidity, that's when we're going to see an explosion of cases. You got Indonesia, Thailand, or should I say Thailand, and you got Vietnam. These places, they don't have COVID because the virus dies in the heat. Like a lot of it dies in the heat. But when you run your AC in your building and you've got the perfect temperature to run that COVID, just it explodes. I mean, would you agree with me, Christina? Have you noticed any patterns of this? I've been noticing it since January.
I think that the biggest issue is indoors. So indoors is always going to be the highest risk place that you could be. Even in a place that has fairly good ventilation, indoors is always going to be highest risk. So I think that's going to be the issue with the colder weather, is that people are going to spend more time indoors and not have the option for dining outside or playing outside with their kids. And we also know that, initially we thought this was just spread by droplets, which is like the virus going in like kind of pieces of spit basically that hang out in the air but then drop and don't travel for very long. But we've known for a while that it does travel by aerosol, which is like smaller droplets that can hang out in the air for a long time and travel longer distances. So restaurants where people aren't wearing masks, those are going to be the highest risk places for sure.
And let's also mention
coming up, like people coming together. I mean, we're approaching the time where families want to get together and be together and congregate. That's where the problem, right?
Yep, totally. That's going to be a big problem too.
Well, there's not going to be any Thanksgiving arguments over who to vote for president. Hopefully it'll be resolved by then. Hopefully. But just for a little side joke, just the fact that he said Thailand, think about it. Thailand, he can't get grabbing out of his friggin' mind.
Hey guys, Ryan says hi.
Hello,
Ryan. Ryan Shead, and he was going to be on tonight, but he just had some emergency kind of happen really last minute, so he had to do his thing. But thank you for watching, Ryan.
Well, I just want to quickly interject and just say I think the main spreader is the American people. I think the reason why we see things going down in other countries is the American people can't be trusted. We can't be trusted with guns, and we can't be trusted with masks and social distancing. I mean, we are part of
we're the most entitled bunch of folks. We're the most entitled bunch of folks I've ever seen.
Yes.
It's a selfish nation.
Bunch of snowflakes I've ever seen.
It's a shithole country. It's a shithole.
No one cares about anybody else but themselves, and it's awful. And this pandemic has exposed everyone's bad behavior.
Yeah, and in other countries, everything becomes politicized. Everything. It doesn't matter what it is.
I just saw that there's a big increase in Italy and France and in Europe, and they just had Fashion Week, and it's no coincidence that Fashion Week was also another reason why they came back. All the people came back to America end February, early March, and here we are again. So there's something to be said about that crew that jet sets around and air kissing each other, and photo and makeup and hair and this and that, and it's just like they tried having Fashion Week again, and now the uptick happening in New York
rates
too.
in New Zealand, Australia, Asian countries are going down because the people there know how to behave.
Wow.
We're going following directions doesn't mean that your liberties are being taken away. Doing things for other people doesn't mean that you're losing all autonomy of yourself.
Right.
The great fallacy of this country is that doing something nice for somebody is perceived as a weakness.
Yeah.
Unbelievable.
And infringing on your rights. Being nice is somehow infringing on your rights.
And I'm sure Christina will co-sign this. We're going to be playing whack-a-mole with this thing until there is a nationwide consensus on what to do about masks and shut down and who's listening and who isn't listening. Because when Biden takes the White House, these never maskers will try to do what they do, and it's going to cause problems.
Yep.
We're also a country that so many people are anti-vaxxers already. How are we ever supposed to get a hold of a virus?
The anti-vaxxers, they're going to be fun to deal with.
Speaking of which, get your flu shot. I already got mine. Just get it out of the way. Do it.
Everybody get your flu shot, please.
Just do it. You don't want to compound with Rona because Rona is not just letting you know. She's like karma. She knows everybody's address.
The best tweet I saw was, you got to give it to the writers of 2020 for creating a character, Miss Rona, where you were not rooting for, but now you are, because when Trump got...
Right. And listen, one more joke. One more joke. Tomorrow night, Saturday Night Live, guess who's reprising the role as the Fly? Jeff Goldblum.
I live for that Fly.
That Fly saved that whole debate. Like, it was not going so good. It wasn't so interesting.
I thought it was
until
great,
that
the
Fly
debate.
stayed on his head for 2 minutes.
It's the most interesting thing that has ever
both
happened.
a little on the vanilla side anyway, you know. They're both a little boring and like they want to be right and do. But that Fly opened up a whole can of worms.
But you know,
Mermaid.
I wanted Camilla Harris to say, and I'm almost finished. I'm almost finished. I know she said I'm speaking, but I wanted her to say, and I'm almost finished. She just didn't do it.
Does anyone else agree that she must have seen the Fly instantly and just didn't say a word about it? Like,
Probably,
literally just saw
yeah.
it and just was like, screw him.
It's like the entire Trump group that were just watching him walk up the stairs to the plane.
Honestly, I feel like for the American people right now, we needed this Fly. We needed this Fly in our lives to like
Save
fill
the
our
day.
mood. And just, you know, something universally that's just funny.
Yeah.
And that Fly helped raise $350,000 for Joe Biden with those damn fly swatters, and I ordered one, by the way.
It is insane. It's
Swatters, so
Dude,
cheap.
they are on top of every trend that comes out. His people are killing it.
I wish though that the Biden campaign would reach more out to TikTok. So
Yes.
you know,
100%.
you know that TikTok is Trump's foe. God, why won't they do it?
I've emailed them, so I have raised thousands of dollars for
I've
Biden.
emailed
I have gotten
TJ Ducklow a
dozens of
bunch
people
of
to sign
times
up for
too. Don't miss out on
JoeBiden.com,
TikTok.
and
but-
they won't write back a single damn thing to
my
any
God.
of my emails. And I don't get it. I mean, we're doing this all virtually. Hello? I mean,
Right.
if we were to pull together, forget it.
You don't have to spend anything. We're doing
Exactly.
it. It's amazing. I just don't understand it.
I agree with you, Lord. 100%.
I really don't
100%.
I really
I
don't.
like to get it. Actually, it's good that they don't have it like a branding because it's so organic that we're all supporting him so much that it would actually look like weird if we did.
Yeah, but he should know what we're doing for him and just say, hey, by the way, all of you on TikTok who are spending your days making anti-Trump stuff, pro-Biden stuff, raising money. I just cashed out $54 from my lives from the last week. That's all going to JoeBiden.com. You know, I just think that they should acknowledge. Don't kiss our butts. Don't treat us the way Trumpers treat Trump. Just acknowledge what we're doing. And like you saw on CNN last night, there's a group of Gen Z people on TikTok. I think that a bunch of older left creators should band together, make a group account, and do what these younger people are doing and just get the word out through TikTok. There are millions and millions of people on TikTok, and I think Joe Biden has got to embrace that a little bit more, especially if he's
Believe
not
me,
letting people go out in
I've been
person.
emailing that guy TJ Ducklow. He's my nephew's college buddy, but no response either.
Yeah, same here. I have sent about 4 or 5 emails to Biden's campaign because everyone keeps saying, well, reach out. Not a damn word. Not a word.
Okay.
And Hillary...
Charm McQuarrie says that the fly is a biblical sign. It means
It's an omen of the devil.
It's like locusts.
Wait. You know, you didn't know that in Western art, did you know that the fly represents? Did anybody see my post about that? It's the most hilarious thing. Wait. The fly in Western art represents its symbolism for rot, wasting away, decay, death, and melancholia. And when you see in Western art, if a fly is hovering over a church official or a nobleman, it indicates disfavor with the king or corruption and dereliction of duties.
Wow.
Amazing. You can't make that up.
You can't make that up. That is spot on.
And you know what? They just like poo. They like doo-doo. They just like it.
I was going to say my dog especially is familiar with flies. But to have it culturally be so deep-seated where it's actually a nobleman and like what? Like what? Who painted that and thought, let me put a fly because there's the dereliction of duty. It's insane.
Listen, I gotta dash out of here. It's almost. I gotta get.
Well, actually, we all gotta actually head off. I think do you want to go off first, Lord? Just talk about your channel first, and then.
Like I said, I do social justice. I eradicate racism on all my platforms. So if you see it, send it to me. You can send it to my website, timmynation.org. It was all born out of the pandemic. So it's all you guys. I am me because of you. So follow me across all platforms. I have a merch store. Getting done. Shameless plug. And that's me. That's me. And I'll see you Tuesday, yes? Tuesday's the next one?
Yeah, Tuesday, and we got Walter, and we got NIKKINOO, and
good to see you guys.
Fun people again.
Christina, I'm now following you. Abe, I'm following you. Loud Lib, I'm following you. I'm following you. I'm following all of you.
Hello. What am I, top liver?
I just started following you.
I said
Mermaid,
you videos are amazing.
I love Loud Lib. Every time I do it,
I copy you, but I'm scared to go outside.
Every time I do it, Loud Lib, I get like 20,000 views, and I'm a small TikToker compared to everybody.
It's crazy. And Abe, you have a way of not preaching to people, but letting the children know what's up. You know that, right?
I hope, man.
I believe I have found my voice with this.
You have. You lean into your camera and you talk directly to the children, and you know what I mean.
I'm like,
And listen, Mermaid,
I'm glad you think so.
Hey, it is what it is. You're as pretty as your videos are funny. How about that?
Thank you.
Okay, I gotta go though, guys. Okay, it was great. I had fun this time.
Bye, Lord.
Christina, I was going to give you a mask fashion show because last time Bert will tell you I got 1 million of them. I didn't know which ones was which.
Awesome. Give one to Nancy Pelosi with a little bit of metal in the nose.
Keep it up there on the nose.
Funny. Funny. My sister Rhonda used to work in Nancy Pelosi's office. That's really funny that you should say that.
Mm-hmm. Give her a buzz.
I'm not giving all my political connections away. Why do you think I know so much? I don't want to cut off my info train. How about that?
Just send a little mask with a little nose holder.
Got it. Okay, guys. See you next time, all right?
Have a great weekend.
And actually, it's time for us to wrap up. I mean, we could go like any more last topics because we're almost at 2 hours now. So
yes, go to JoeBiden.com, click volunteer, make phone calls for Joe, text messages for Joe, and talk to anyone who will listen to you except for Trumpers.
Yeah, no, the Trumpers are the worst. I mean, even those little kids you guys talk about, like the 8 or 10-year-olds, all their arguments are just insane. That's why it's hard for me to bring on a Trumper onto this show. It's literally hard for me.
Yeah.
I won't.
You will not, yeah.
I'm suggesting that people make phone calls on behalf of Amy McGrath so that we get rid of. I do. Yes, we have. Winning. Why? You think she's not winning?
I'm sorry. Let's focus on places where we have a chance at winning. I love Amy McGrath. I'm not trying to tell people what to do. She's not winning. Okay. I love Amy McGrath. She's not winning. Make phone calls to Florida, Pennsylvania, Wisconsin, and Michigan. Amy McGrath is not winning. I'm sorry.
But in my heart, I feel like I liked her from day one. I
do too. I love her. Listen, I'm gay. I love her, but she's not winning. She's not winning.
Look at her straight, although she looks has lesbian haircut.
Horrible. She's not going to win, folks. We got to win. We got to go where we know where we can win. We got to keep our eyes on the prize, and that's the problem with Democrats. I say it all the time. We play with our hearts and now with our heads. Amy McGrath is not winning, okay? She's not winning. I'm sorry. But I love you. Sorry. Sorry.
So anyways,
I'm going to commit suicide.
So let's go around the table. Domenick,
Sorry,
is there anything you want to say? Domenick?
No, I just wanted to say thanks again for letting me here. Hopefully I did pretty good with the comments.
Oh, yeah.
Colleen, 613 that was in here is the nurse that I've been plugged because she has COVID and she's in the hospital right now. So it's good to be able to see that she's actually here. So thanks for all the prayers and everybody that was praying for her. Yeah, she caught COVID while working, and she's been loving our lives. She's been watching them when she can stay up, when she's feeling better. So, and it's been a couple weeks already. So much prayers go out to her, and thank you guys for all the support and having me here. That's awesome.
Christina, have you seen firsthand, like, people that you've worked with catch COVID, or have you guys somehow made it very careful, like your system really well? What have you seen in your
Yeah, I've definitely had a small handful of colleagues get COVID, but we're all used to PPE and we're all used to masks and stuff, so it's not hard for us to protect ourselves, but yeah, we definitely have had colleagues who've gotten it.
Wow, so Trump, he really doesn't like masks, and some of the people in the beginning said that masks don't work. But you guys just use masks religiously and you do the washing hands before taking off the mask and take it off and sterilize it before you reuse it. I mean, you do everything the proper way, I'm sure. And you have never caught it, and most of your other colleagues have not caught it, correct?
Yep, for sure. Yep, because we're used to it. This is what we always do, so it's not anything unusual for us,
Yeah, I mean, it's just so sad that we, as the United States, did not get into masks until late April. I saw your video, and it's not what made me get into masks, but I'm like, this girl is awesome. I'm subscribing just to support her. And then, I mean, it's just amazing to think, like, all these people refusing to wear masks and saying, I can't breathe, you guys. And also using the I can't breathe statement as, like, the George Floyd thing. Yeah. And then the mask thing, I can't breathe with a mask. And it's like,
it's pathetic. You should hear the kind of shit excuses I hear for why they can't wear a mask. I'm like, I can't even deal with this.
And you can't ask them why. It's illegal. It's illegal to ask me why.
It's really bizarre. But anyways, I'll wrap up. So let's go around in a circle and talk about what we do and just tell everybody who's here. Thank you, everybody, for staying till the end. I mean, it's amazing that you guys have stayed here this long. And let's go start off on Domenick, and then we'll go around clockwise, and then I'll be the last one, and then we'll play something from Walter again, because I love to play that clip. The Black Lives Matter clip is just so funny. It's just such a funny clip from Walter Masterson. It's just a masterpiece. So I'll be playing that at the very end, but so stick around for the end because it's really hilarious. The Walter Masterson clip is amazing. So Domenick, you go talk about what you do, and then we'll go around.
Okay, guys, thank you for having me again. Like, I basically trying right now everything to get the word out to get Trump out of office. That's my number one goal. My lives are at night. Like I said, I've been over 220 days straight now doing my lives. I have a great bunch of people that come in. I call them the X family. We come in and we basically look out each other, take care of each other. I give them a place that they can come and talk about whatever they want to talk about, and we're growing and growing, and it's all about positivity and taking care of people, and that's what I'm doing right now. But the number one goal right now is to get out and vote. Get out and vote. That's it.
And Domenick was in charge of comments tonight, and actually we're going to get more into comments, so we're going to be really trying to focus on you guys and more of a conversation going back and forth. And Domenick today was in charge of that. So yeah, we're going to go to Mermaid Mama Maggie.
So my content is silliness in politics, sketch comedy, and some crude, some wholesome. Take your pick what you like, and a lot of weird stuff. So, come on over if you like it.
Her TikTok is just this, Mermaid Mama Maggie, and it's in the description below, just like everybody here, including Christina, is in the description below. I'm not sure if I got the exact amount of A's that it takes to be... Seven A's. I think I put 6, so I'm wrong. It's just... Okay, so... Okay, next we've got Abe. Abe, tell us about your channel.
I won't be silent. So maybe next time, if you could put my handle so that if anybody wants to follow me. But yeah, I'm with Won't Be Silent. I'm making a movie called Won't Be Silent. It's an anthem for activism. It's about the music that has been part of the cultural changes in our world. And because this year is all about voting, my whole thing was, because we couldn't film anymore because of COVID, I turned it into the statement, which is the best way to say I won't be silent is by voting. So that is who I am. It's all about getting the votes out. It's all about using this passion project of mine to be of service to this world, because what's happening now will end if it's the last thing I do.
Very good. Yeah. Okay. And then Christina.
Yeah, already went over my content, but I'll just say that I thank you guys for having me, and I try to keep I do try to keep politics out of my medical education stuff and try to keep it separate, but it's been really hard to do that these days. So, it's starting to come in. I'm okay with that. I have no shame in my political views, so I will probably need to start integrating that more.
But Christina, we actually talk about our what we do for TikTok. I mean, we talk about the TikTok also because we do it twice at least, because we want everybody to know our TikTok, and because this is a live stream, it's so long. I know you said it in the beginning, but you want to say it at the end too. So just keep.
Okay, cool. Yeah. So most of my TikTok right now is medical education content, central around COVID and COVID education, and addressing misinformation and myths, and just constantly trying to address all the false information out there, and also trying to add some humor, whether it's reading dramatically some ridiculous comments I get, or just trying to do my best to educate the masses as well as I can.
Make sure you guys follow Christina if you want the best safety tips on masks and everything. It's just, her channel really made me learn quite a bit. So we'll go to the Loud Lib.
Well, I've already said everything in the beginning, so I won't repeat everything. If you like me, just
you can repeat again. Yeah, you can repeat again.
No, I won't bore them. If you like me, just follow me. Thank you for having me on the show. The most important thing, again, that I can reiterate is to go to JoeBiden.com, and just remember that as Democrats, if we band together, we really, truly are an unstoppable force in this country. And that's the message that I want to just remind everyone out there who's doubtful or needs a little bit of hope. If we band together as Democrats, we are unstoppable. Just remember that.
So I'll just give a shout out to Loud Lib. He went from 7,000 followers on TikTok to almost 40,000 in the last week and a half. It's been 10 days. So there's a reason why he's exploding on TikTok. And it's,
I'm loud. Abe,
it's amazing.
I'm sorry. I'm loud. Abe, I'm sorry. I'm so loud. I love Amy McGrath, Abe, and I'm sorry. I kind of exploded a little bit about that because I've seen so many. A friend of mine sent 200 postcards to her state today, and I just it hurts because she's not going to win. But I
know,
love her.
but you know what? But here's the thing: you may have a point, and I don't want to put I don't want to. All we have is today, so I'm only going to just say this: when I volunteer for Amy, and I hear all these amazing Republicans who tell me I would sooner whatever, can't curse, than see Mitch McConnell, than vote for Mitch McConnell, it makes me feel hopeful.
Yes.
And having not been feeling hopeful since this whole election cycle,
we all need it. Absolutely.
I'm starting to really feel hopeful. I'm starting to know that whatever is going to happen, whether it's in Kentucky, but I know that sentiment is going to fuel the change in the White House.
Yes, exactly.
So, yes, maybe I'm working from my heart and not my mind, but my mind is fried from bringing Trump. I don't know how I have no mind left. It's finished.
Okay, so I'm going to give my spiel, what I do, my channel. My name is Bert. I come from the channel Food X Bert, and I have lived in Beijing for about 9 years now, but I'm from California, and I love to travel and try different foods, but because of this COVID-19 thing, I got into politics, and because, I was watching TikTok and I'm just like, I want to get in on this. That's why we have this live stream where we're all helping each other out with, our spreading the word of, Trump is not our guy. And he's ruined everything. I would not have been here in America, stuck here, because I literally always travel. My YouTube channel is all about travel and food and showing you guys the world. And so anyways, if you guys go to my YouTube channel, I would really appreciate that. My channel is Food X Bert. My name is Bert, and it'd be amazing. I'm almost at 10,000 subscribers, only 40 or 50 away, very, very close to 10K. So if you go there right now, I would really appreciate that. Right now, we're going to play a video from Walter Masterson, and I would like to invite you guys to hang out after this, after the video plays. We're going to, of course, end broadcast. We will talk if you guys want to hang out and talk. But yeah,
I have to run.
Yeah, no problem, no problem. So just watch the Walter Masterson video. Here it goes. I'm going to play it right now. Thank you guys so much for subscribing to my channel. I really, really appreciate it. Food X Bert is the name of it.
And follow everyone else too. Christina, I'm gonna follow you.
Yeah, actually,
Mermaid.
I meant to say follow everybody. I mean, go follow everybody. I mean, I'm so selfish right now, but
thank you.
Actually, go down a list because I put everyone's list on the description below. Every single person that was on tonight's is on there, and also down below you can see that we've got all the former people that have been on the show too. A list of like Maya, like the rapper Maya, and then we got just amazing people. Walter Masterson, who I'm going to play right now, he's in the description below as a guest that comes on regularly, and everybody is on from all the different episodes. So I just want to promote everybody. That's why this whole platform is here. It's not just because I want to promote myself. I'm promoting everybody. I'm just trying to, this is a networking kind of event. And thank you guys so much for watching. All 19 subscribers right now. Amazing. And Domenick, thank you so much for doing the comment section. It really helped out a lot because I can't focus on both at the same time. I'm in charge of like the videos and the zooming in and stuff. So anyways, this is Walter Masterson. Here it is right now.
Hey, bro, get on the boat, man. Stow yourself in the cabin. I'm on the phone with my dad's credit card company. Yeah! Woo! What am I doing? Oh, no! Woo! Do you see that? Hello, 911? There's a black man and he's bird watching. Yes, call me back, please. Can you believe that? Oh. 911, they're calling me back. Hello?
This is Black Twitter, motherfucker.
Someone called me from Black Twitter? Have you heard of Black Twitter? Bro, I don't know. I don't see a Black Twitter in the App Store. Excuse me. Yes, he is right. The Black Twitter, that is for the Android. Bro, Will Smith is verified on Twitter. Black Twitter and Twitter are the same app. Will Smith is verified on Twitter! Siri, erase all my tweets from before 2013.
Excuse me?
Siri?
Oh, honey child, do it yourself.
Wow, that was so funny. Anyways, we're still live, you guys. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'm going to say bye to you guys, and everyone says bye, but like we can stay here and talk still. Here, ending broadcast. Go follow everyone's channels. Go check it out. Christina, Domenick, and Mermaid, and then Food Expert me. Bye-bye, you guys. Thank you so much. It really means a lot. And also Walter Masterson, who that was just now on the commercial.